You are familiar with the show Big Boss.
Big Boss, Big Boss, Big Boss, Big Boss, Big Boss.
But what you're not familiar is with what happens behind the scenes.
Big Boss.
This is the dark side of the Big Boss, which makes you addicted to the show, wanting to watch more and more and more. Big Boss was first developed in Netherlands in 1997 by Dutch media tycoon John de Mol under the name Big Brother. As the show gained popularity and success, it was adopted for other countries and translated into a number of different languages. As soon as the show was translated into multiple languages, it immediately took off because the show received widespread attention, skyrocketing the ratings and breaking all-time records. The show has completed 16 seasons in Hindi, 6 seasons in Tamil and Telugu, and 4 seasons in Malayalam. So what is the mysterious reason behind why a single show is dominating the television industry for the past 16 years and still counting? Because it's a mind game. Not only it's playing with the contestants' mind, but it's also playing with the audience's mind. Big Boss's entire objective is to keep its audience hooked on the show every single day by feeding them with the type of content that creates tension every minute of the day, the type of content that leaves audience wondering what will happen on the next episode. Every season of Big Boss begins with a group of new contestants coming from entirely different backgrounds. Some may be wealthy while others are not. Some may be well known such as celebrities while others are just normal people. Some may be very well educated while others have no education at all. All these people with different personalities and characters are thrown together in a house with no TV, no telephone, no internet connection, not even a pen or paper. And they are constantly monitored by hundreds of cameras placed in each and every corner with microphones recording every word they say. The environment itself is very tense and scary because everything you do is being watched by hundreds of millions of people worldwide, including your parents, children, friends, and so on. Most commonly, the first task in every Big Boss season is to steal and protect something from your opponents or to determine who is the least deserving on being on the show. The contestants have no choice but to do the task, and they will choose those they believe are unfit for the show and should be eliminated. This creates tension between the contestants on the first day itself, and obviously, the contestants will start hating each other and become rivals. The human mind and psychology are more drawn to things like gossips, fights, controversies, and negativities. We all know that a negative information about a person spreads faster than a positive information. So as humans, we are attracted to the drama and the negativity. So Big Boss wants to infuse hatred and fights among the contestants from first day itself in order to create highly engaging content that excites everyone. So the drama starts from day one, and each day multiple similar tasks that create tension and fights between contestants are given. But is it only the tasks that make the show so addictive and viral? Because the concept of Big Boss remains the same in all seasons and almost all the tasks are same. No, not at all. The real reason why the show goes viral every season is because of one single reason. What's up people, this is John Joseph, welcome to TID. The selection process of the contestants. Even months before the show starts, the selection team begins to search for contestants. But here's the most interesting part. The contestants are not selected based on their talents, but based on their behavior. The selection team includes efficient psychologists, psychiatrists, and even people who have spent years studying human brain and emotion. So they have a pretty good idea of who to select. Once a potential candidate is identified, they must go through a series of auditions and screening processes so these psychologists can get a better idea of the person. So if they discover that person has the potential to create better content for the show, they will choose them. Not only that, if a celebrity competes in the show, the audience for Big Boss will increase because of that celebrity's fan base. Another interesting pattern in every season, there will be 2 or more contestants who have the potential to fall in love with each other. Even if they have no intention of loving each other, Big Boss will instill that thought in their minds by creating circumstances that encourage it. There are numerous instances where a love story began in Big Boss ended in a marriage. But at the same time, there are terrifying cases that ended up in suicide attempts in the show itself. In every episode, contestants are constantly encouraged and demanded to state their views and opinions on various issues. As a result, the mind games that determine whether participants are good or bad begin. From there, Big Boss begins to manipulate and influence the contestants based on their actions and perspective, as well as attempting to bring out fake personalities in contestants. You can see that when tasks are given, two people with opposing viewpoints are teamed up, which will certainly lead to disagreements on issues, which will eventually lead to fight overs. Big Boss has brilliantly implemented food rationing system. Food is something we cannot live without, and hunger makes a person stressed and even arrogant. So in addition to this tense environment, food is also limited, which negatively influences the mind of contestants and creates more arguments and fights among them. During tasks, we can see contestants scream at each other's face so loudly, and there are numerous instances where tasks lead to physical assaults as well as mental harm for people. From the data of the show, we can see that contestants who are more aggressive and loud tend to stay longer in the show, while people who are calm and quiet are viewed as useless and are eliminated on regular basis. As a result, many participants who were initially calm suddenly become violent and aggressive in nature. Some even act aggressively in order to provoke others and cause fights on purpose in order to gain camera space. Many people collapse and lose their minds as a result of the immense pressure and mind games they face every day for months. We can see many contestants cry and scream, and in so many cases, they just want to leave the house and run away.
I don't deserve to stay in this f***ing place. I want to live. I did something. I made myself. If he's coming back, I'm out. I'm out. I give zero f***s. Zero. Zero f***s I give.
Big Boss constantly says to remain calm and play with your mind, but it is clear as day that the intensity with which the tasks are given will create arguments and fights. Every single game and tasks are designed exactly for that to happen. According to the rules of Big Boss, whenever a fight or confusion arises between contestants during a task, contestants have the right to call and speak with the Big Boss. But even during intense fights, when contestants call Big Boss for a solution, it can take minutes to hours for a response. Sometimes they will not even respond because they want the fights to happen every day. The longer the contestants wait for Big Boss to respond, the more likely something bad will happen and they will lose their cool. These fights are one of the most important factors that increase the rating of the show. They will use this fight footage to market the show and evoke audience interest by creating previews for the next episode, so the audience will be eagerly waiting for the next episode to go live. Big Boss is more than just a game. It's a $1 million business. The money they make is enormous. The participants are paid fairly on a daily basis. However, their fame and reputation are at stake. Literally, they are selling each person inside the house to the rest of the world every minute for months. The showrunners are making huge chunks of money, but in reality, the contestants' lives are getting ruined. Every season, only a very few contestants emerge from the house with good reputation like a superstar, but others are thrown into the dark, losing everything, their fame, their reputation, even their dreams. There have been numerous incidents where former Big Boss contestants have been physically assaulted by the public out of hatred. Many people who go inside, including celebrities, believe it is a place where they can show off their talents and play games provided by the Big Boss. But in reality, Big Boss is actually selling them out and ruining their careers. Do you know the unbelievable story of a kid who sued Pepsi for a $32 million fighter jet? Watch this video.